Yo, what's up guys, it's SlayerZ here, and today I'm going to be doing a Premier League predictions video. This is the first time I've ever done this, but you know, I thought I'd do one for now because the new season's coming up and I'm looking forward to it actually. I mean, Swansea aren't in the Prem, but you know what, it is what it is. I like the Prem, so I might as well predict it. Also, we got some new teams in there, you know, Leeds haven't been in there for a long time. Who else? Brentford, oh wait, Brentford didn't make it. Yeah, fuck you, Brentford. But yeah, so Leeds made it, Fulham and West Bromwich Albion made it up, and who went down? It was Bournemouth, Watford, and some other team, I don't even remember. But yeah, so we're going to start off with 20th. So the team that I feel like is just going to become rock bottom, you know, wooden spoon in the Prem, you know, they won't have a... I don't believe this team will have like the most dreadful season of Premier League history, but I just don't think they'll stay up. I mean, they'll definitely be in the bottom three in my opinion, but I feel like 20th, I feel like they just are the worst team in the Prem. So that team is Brighton. I feel like Brighton will be bottom because, you know, they've got Adam Lallana in, which has good Premier League experience, but unfortunately he's just a bit too old now. I mean, Adam Lallana couldn't really break in at Liverpool. He didn't really do much at Liverpool. But you know, he was a decent backup for them, I guess. Brighton lost a lot of average players. I don't really know who specifically they lost, but I was looking at who the teams have signed and who they've lost, and I looked at Brighton and I just didn't really see any names which I was really like, oh, they've lost that player or that player. But saying that, they didn't really have any quality to begin with. I mean, I don't know many Brighton players, to be honest with you. I know they lost Glenn Murray, who was banging the goals. So he's like 36 now though, so I mean, he's not going to be banging in the goals for any Premier League team anytime soon. So yeah, unfortunately, I like Brighton, but they're going to finish bottom. And second from bottom, I believe, would be Fulham. They've made two signings. They never really looked decent in the Championship. I mean, like, they were struggling for a long period in the Championship, and that just makes me wonder, is this Fulham team really good enough to stay in the Premier League? In my opinion, it isn't. They've got some decent players like Mitrovic who will bang them in some goals. I know that for sure because he did it in the Championship. He did it in the Prem, I think, for Newcastle a few seasons ago, occasionally. But yeah, Mitrovic is a clinical striker. He'll do well for them in the Prem, but I just can't see them staying up. Yeah, it's 19th for Fulham. 18th. This one might be a bit of a shock. I feel like most people will put West Brom here, but I'm going to put Burnley in 18th. Burnley haven't really sold anyone or got anyone in. They've just kind of stayed the same. But when you see what other teams have been doing, I just really cannot see them pulling through this season. This might be the first season in a while we haven't seen Burnley in the league. But yeah, I mean, every season people write off Burnley. I hope they do stay up because they're a pretty good club. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing Burnley in the Championship next season if Swansea stay down, obviously. But Burnley, you know, I just can't see them staying up either. I mean, Sean Dyche is a brilliant manager, and they could definitely stay up. I mean, it was just hard. It was too hard to predict. I feel like Burnley, with the transfer business they've done so far, obviously the season hasn't started yet. It's about a week till the season starts. They might be linked with a few more players. Players might leave them yet. I don't know. But for me, Burnley will go down at this moment in time. So in 17th, I have West Bromwich Albion, just missing out on the drop zone. I feel like they could definitely stay out this season. I mean, it depends how well they gel together, and they've just signed Kipre. I'm not sure who from, but he was with them last season. He's not quite Prem proven. He hasn't been in the Prem before. But he's been with the likes of Paris Saint-Germain's youth academy. I feel like he could do pretty well. They have got Pereira back from, I'm not sure where they signed him from either, but he was on loan to them last season. I just remember him being one of their best players last season, one of the best players in the Championship last season. But he might be a bit like Pukki, how he was really good in the Championship, and then he comes to the Prem, maybe does alright in a few games, and he's just not overall that great. But yeah, I feel like they do have enough quality to stay up. They've also signed Diangana. but he didn't really set the championship alight with 8 goals and 7 assists last season. I'm going to be honest, I didn't hear of him at all last season, but that's in 30 games. I mean, you never know, he could do alright for them. In 16th, so this is just, you know, getting to the mid-table teams now. The teams that I don't feel like any of these will really go down. I feel like it's them bottom 4 that are like the drop from like the Prem quality. But I have Crystal Palace. They have signed Emmanuel Eze, I think that's how you say his first name. Signed Eze from QPR. He's a very good player. I'm sorry, Ruben, but you know, it's 20 million from QPR. He's a very decent player. I mean, on his day, he could be one of the best players for Palace, you know. But it looks like Zaha's off, so I don't know where they're going to get goals from. Because you're not going to be relying on Christian Benteke to score you 30 goals a season, are you really? Yeah, they've also got a few other names. They got a Spanish midfielder. Yeah, I don't remember his name. I think it's like Luka just ignore me. But Palace are very capable of causing some upsets this season. I feel like, you know, they could definitely go down still, but they are they could beat the likes of City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea. You know, they could cause some upsets, which they have done every season, like since they've been in the Prem. In 15th place, I have Aston Villa, or Baston Villa as I like to call them. Actually, Borges just left them, which is you know, big up Borgia. They're probably going to lose Grealish, let's be real here. At the moment, he's still a Villa player, which is why I have him so high. But if they do lose him, I do feel like they could really, they're going to be in a big dogfight this season. But yeah, they might lose Grealish. They've lost James Chester and a few other average players that they have around the team, you know. A few squad players, I feel like. But, you know, Villa, I feel like they'll stay in the Prem for another few seasons. But they definitely could still go down, you know. It is quite close between them, Palace and West Brom and all that. So, yeah, I feel like it's going to be close for them. In 14th place, I have Leeds. So, they have not lost any players, really. Maybe a few squad players. They're a very big club. They should definitely have been in the Prem for fucking years now. But they went down, obviously, like 20 years ago, I don't even know. But they went down after being a very good Premier League team. And now they're back up. So I'm excited to see them in the Premier League again. They got Rodrigo in, Jack Harrison in, Helder Costa, and a few others, which shows they're planning to stay in the Premier League. They are here to stay. You know, I think Rodrigo was quite a big buck for them. So hopefully he can do well for them. But obviously it's again like, can they adapt to the Premier League? I mean, look, we've seen big players come to the Premier League and do nothing for like ages, you know. It might take them a season to get into the rhythm of things, which means, you know, if Rodrigo's not supplying Leeds of goals, then I don't see where else they're going to get goals from, because, I mean, Abel Hernandez, yeah, he's pretty good, but he's not going to bang you in 20 goals a season, you know, to keep you up in the Premier League, you know. They've got Patrick Bamford, he's shocking. I mean, look, Leeds are going to be, you know, if Rodrigo performs, they could easily get top 10, but we'll have to see with Leeds. I'm just going to put them in 14th for now, and hopefully I can get that one right. In 13th, I have West Ham United. They have Thomas Sulik for 50 million. I don't know, I've probably butchered that. They've lost a few. They're going to have a similar squad to last year, and it could be the breakthrough season for Jared Bowen from Hull. I remember he tore up the championship. Hopefully he can proper, like, you know, get into the rhythm of things. And Sebastian Haller as well. Hopefully he can bang in a few goals for West Ham. I'd really like to see him do well, as he came from Frankfurt, and I support Frankfurt from the German league. So yeah, I think West Ham, that's a bit of a safe bet, you know, 13th. I think Declan Rice is linked with a move away, but to be honest, I think he'll stay at West Ham. If he doesn't, it is what it is. Also, West Ham last season were very, very poor. Like, they were awful for the majority of the season. They were in a relegation scrap for most of it. Obviously they pulled out at the end. Just watch them. They might still topple down. I mean, I don't know. Sheffield United, I have them in 12th place. Obviously last season they had an amazing season. They expected to get relegated. Most people had them in 19th, 20th. They ended up coming like what, 9th, 8th, whatever the fuck. But they've lost Dean Henderson, which was a big reason where they did have so much success. Ramsdale in for 18 million, you know, the Bournemouth keeper. He should replace Dino. They've let a few players out, but no big players, and hopefully, for me, I can see Olympic Burnley step up and bang them in 20 goals next season. But you know, I think that's a bit of a safe bet, putting Sheffield United around the mid-table spot. I don't think they'll get relegated, but I definitely don't think they'll challenge for Europe or anything this season. In 11th place, I have Newcastle. You know, Callum Wilson for 20 million. That could be a steal, you know. With Alan St. Maximin, Ryan Fraser now they've bought in from Bournemouth. I think they got him on a free as well. So a very good bit of business there. They could definitely cause damage in the Premier League this season. Hendrick on a free, good business to add to a team that's already quite solid in the Premier League. But yeah, it's just about that mid-table spot for them. 11th place I've put for Newcastle. You know, Dubravka I think has been doing pretty well for them as well recently. So hopefully I'd like to see Newcastle in the Premier next season as well. In 10th place I have Leicester City. With Chilwell gone, they're gonna struggle at left back massively. I don't know who they're gonna put there. But Chilwell's gone. Timothy Castagne could be decent from Atlanta. Yeah, so Atlanta obviously made it really far in the Champions League, so I don't see why he can come over to the Prem and do the same with the Prem. Obviously, as I said before, he needs to adapt to it. Hopefully he can. Hopefully Leicester can push on and maybe contest for Europe this season. At the same time though, Vardy's getting older. So Vardy is what, like 34 now or something? He's not gonna be banging in the goals next season, I'm afraid. He might get, you know, 10 to 20, but he's definitely going to be far away from the Golden Boot next season, and that is going to top them down, I think. They're linked with Wesley, so hopefully he can come in and bang in the goals for them. But as I said, you know, as we've seen with Joe Linton at Newcastle last season and stuff, these foreign strikers might not be the greatest in the Premier League. You know, Gabriel Jesus as well as no one comes to mind that's Brazilian and come to the Premier and not done much. But yeah, so I'm hopefully he can come in and do well for Newcastle. I just said Newcastle, I mean Leicester, sorry. So in 9th, maybe come as a bit of a shock to most, but I've got Southampton. Southampton have Kyle Walker-Peters in. I feel like he could be a very good signing for them, as well as Salisu in. If they can keep on to Ings, that's, you know, adding a lot of goals to their season as well as Che Adams. He hopefully can step up this season for them. They've lost Højbjerg, but I mean, you know, they've signed Salisu, so that kind of makes up for it in a way, if he can perform as well as Højbjerg did for them. The team's looking good. Harrison Reed out as well, but he won't make much of an impact. I think he was more of a squad player for them. But yeah, Southampton could really push on and maybe contest for Europe this season. In 8th, I have got Everton. Allen in from Napoli, which again, can he adapt to the Premier League? We'll have to see. As well as James Rodriguez is almost in. He'll probably be getting announced in the next few days. Same with Allen, can he adjust to the Prem? I think he could. I think James Rodriguez could actually really be good in the Premier League. I'm hoping he can get a load of assists for them. Baines retired, so that's their left back gone. Schneidlin gone, Sidibe's loan is gone. A few other backup players have gone, so you know they might be struggling for depth this season. Obviously they're struggling up top as well. They have Calvert-Lewin, who he's not gonna bang you in loads of goals. He's only still a teenager, I think, or early 20s. So it's going to be hard for Everton, but I still think they'll get Europa. In 7th place, this might actually come as a shock, but I have Spurs. The reason why I put Spurs here is because can Harry Kane get back onto his form from last season or the season before? Because last season he was injured for a lot of it, and he didn't really do much after lockdown either. Doherty in, that would be a very good signing for them, I do believe. It looks like Aurier is going to be leaving, so I guess Doherty in kind of replaces him already, so that's not going to be much of a surprise when Aurier leaves. Højbjerg is in, as I said, he's left Southampton, come into a very good actually, sorry, average Spurs team, I'd say at the moment. You know, obviously they've still got Son, they've still got Bergwijn, they could still do damage in the Prem. It's just, I don't know if Jose's the man, you know. I feel like they could get to a very hard start to the season next season, and Jose will be out the door very early, I feel like. Attack's looking strong, but the Tongan's gone, Wanyama's gone. They might get Ollie Watkins in from Brentford. I think they're looking at 20 million for him. Attack's going to be very strong if they do get him in. I mean, they're going to have strikers galore. Their defence is just going to be very weak next season, which they're going to concede a lot of goals, I do feel like. So in 6th place, most people probably would have put Spurs here, but I've put Wolves. I believe that if they can hold on to Adama Traore, only Doherty gone, really. They've got Marcel in. I think that is a centre-back or right-back. He's going to be very good with Wolves. It looked very good last season, but how will the Europa League, you know, the first season being in the Europa League, how will it affect Wolves? I feel like they'll do well. Like, I feel like they'll push on in the Europa League and they'll still get points in the Prem. We'll have to wait and see if Wolves can adapt. You know, they have the squad to play in the Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup and the Premier League. But yeah, hopefully they can keep on to it. Adama Traore and do well in the league. In 5th place, I have Arsenal. I feel like this is a pretty obvious one, you know. Most people probably would have put Arsenal. It's going to be close, but they'll just miss out on Premier League, Champions League, sorry. They've got Gabriel in, who I feel like will be very solid for them at the back. Willian in, who, you know, he showed good signs at Chelsea. He was pretty good at Chelsea, but can he, I don't know, can he do it for Arsenal at the age of 33? I don't know, but they got him on a free anyway, so I guess it's a decent bit of business. Ceballos in and a few others. Haven't really lost out on any players, you know. They haven't sold Aubameyang, they haven't sold Pepe. You know, I mean, I say Pepe, but at the same time, I mean, Pepe's not really done much for him. Hopefully, next season he can proper get into the rhythm of the Premier League and score some goals for them. They are linked with Aouar as well from Lyon. Hopefully they can get him in. I'd love to see him in the Premier League. I feel like he'd suit Arsenal a lot as well. If he does sign for them, I can see them definitely getting into the top 4. I'm interested to see how that Arsenal defence is going to be. With Gabriel coming in, they could be decent, but David Luiz, you know, he's shaky. Do they trust, Ainsley Maitland-Niles? I don't know if he's left yet, but I think he's linked with a move away. But can they trust him at right back to do the job all the way through that season? You know, Hector Bellerin, he's looking a bit shaky recently. So, this is the most controversial one on the list, I feel like. But I have Manchester City finishing in 4th place. Okay, so before you all tell me you're delusional, okay, just give me a minute. So they got Ake in, very good bit of business. They needed a centre back. Ferran Torres in, but they've lost Leroy Sané and they've also lost David Silva, who were massive parts of that Man City team for their massive league win a few seasons back. Also, they're going to be going for the Champions League, so they're going to be less focused on the Premier League, which means the smaller teams could pick points off them, which I don't think would happen with United, Chelsea or Liverpool this season. They were linked with Messi, but obviously Messi's staying at Barca now. Koulibaly could be going in, they're linked with him heavily. If so, then I do think they'll finish 2nd, maybe 3rd. But yeah, I don't think this season will be that great for City, honestly. I feel like they could win the Champions League, but Premier League, I feel like it'll be quite over for them. In 3rd place, I have got Manchester United. Van der Beek could be a very good signing for them. I feel like he will do very well for them, to be fair. They're linked with Sancho heavily and Alex Telles, but will they come? I don't know. If Alex Telles does, you know, that could be their left back sorted. They won't have to play Luke Shaw anymore. Or Brandon Williams, you know, they could really push on from that point. Sancho could come into that team and do very well. You know, when Greenwood's not performing that well, or Martial or Rashford, you know, he could come in and do a job for them. Still a talented team. Henderson he's going to be coming in. He's going to be like a new player coming into that United team. De Gea's been a bit shaky, so Hendo could come in and keep a lot of clean sheets this season for them. But yeah, so in 2nd place, this is who I feel like will finish runners-up in the Premier League this season, and it is Chelsea. I feel like Chelsea will be 2nd place this season. They have got signings galore, like they've signed Werner, Ziyech, Thiago Silva, Havertz, Chilwell, Sarr, you know, with only losing Willian and Pedro. It's going to be, you know, they're going to have a very, very good team on paper. But can they all gel together Can they all, come together and win the Premier League? I don't know. I don't know if they'll even get top 4, It's Chelsea. People are being like, oh yeah, they got Havertz and all that. But it's the same with most of the players that come to the Premier League. Can they adapt quick, and score some goals and get good results for the team? I don't know if that's going to happen with Chelsea. They pretty much bought a whole new team, it seems like. Thiago Silva definitely is their big one. I feel like he could be one of the best transfers of the transfer window, but their keeper is still a dodgy one. They still got Kepa. Will he do that well? I don't know. He only had I think it was 56% save ratio, like 56% at the time he'll save the ball. That's not good enough. Like, other teams are going to look at that and be like, just attack them, attack. Obviously with Ben Chilwell in as well now, that sorts out their defence even more. So I imagine that's probably going to be Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and then Ben Chilwell left back. I don't even know who their right back is, if I'm honest, but yeah. So let's go on to the Premier League champions. In my opinion, Liverpool will win the Premier League this season. They're linked with Thiago. If they can get him in, I think that's sealed the deal for them, as long as Chelsea don't bond together too well. They've not made too many signings, but that Liverpool team is incredible. I cannot pick out anything that's bad in that Liverpool team. They'll have Alisson in goal, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. They'll have VVD and Matip, or to be fair, or Joe Gomez at centre back. They'll have Robertson and Trent wing backs. So yeah, that is my Premier League predictions for the season 2020/2021. Let me know what you think. Let me know your predictions in the comments, or message me, or whatever you want to do. All my links are in the description, but before I end this video, I'd like to say that I feel like top scorer will be Mane, top assist will be KDB, Golden Glove will go to Hendo, and I feel like signing of the season could be Timo Werner. But yeah, let me know if you agree with any of this, and yeah, all my socials in the description. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, add me on Snapchat. That was a lot of talking. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'll be reacting to this probably in however many months' time. I don't even know when the Prem finishes. But yeah, I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and goodbye.